Clam bake is a New England tradition, and every summer the Northport Yacht Club puts on a traditional old-fashioned clam bake. Here are some instructions so you too can put on a bake for 100 people. First, you'll need about 1/3 of a quart of good dry hardwood and enough rocks to line about a 3 by 6 foot fire pit. You're going to need to have a fire that burns for a good 3 hours to get those rocks good and hard. To ensure it, you have this cooking rock. That's sort of a superstition, and you put that on top of your fire. Traditionally, the cooking rock will actually cook everything. As the fire burns, the rocks will then collapse down into the fire, and in the end, you'll just have a bunch of glowing embers which can easily be removed. Having good white hot rocks is one of the secrets to having a successful clam bake. So while the fire is burning down, you can be gathering seaweed. You'll need a good amount of seaweed, maybe 16 bushels for the fire that we're getting going here, because you'll need to provide a good insulation layer between the rocks and the food. Speaking of food, here are some of the ingredients that go into the bake. First, you can be shucking the corn, leaving just enough husks on there to protect the ears. Of course, there's the lobster, and we remove the rubber bands around the lobsters so that they don't bring an off taste to the lobsters. And then, of course, there's the clams. What is a clam bake without the clams? An equally popular shellfish these days are mussels, which just taste great with their smoky flavor in a traditional bake. As bake time approaches, the canvas is soaked to swell the fibers, and the rocks are evened out in the fire pit. This is pretty hot work, and you better wear long pants if you're going to be doing this. The next bit is a fairly quickly and well orchestrated procedure here, because you want to pile a good 8 to 10 inches of seaweed there between the rocks and the first layer of food. The theory on food is that you want to put the stuff that needs to cook the least on the bottom. So the first thing that goes on the bake are the mussels and clams, and it looks like we've got some eggs there to cook. And there'll be a little separating layer of seaweed, as you can see here. And then goes the second rack, which has the lobsters. And on top of the lobsters, we'll be putting a layer of corn. And that, as you can see, starts getting pretty smoky. On top of the corn, we'll put some bags. Let's see, a bag of potatoes. And we'll put some onions. And then it comes time to cover everything. You want to be quick about this so that you don't lose any of that valuable steam. As you can see, we use a couple layers. This is actually an old paper making felt, but people use everything from sails to canvas to whatever they have. And we use a couple layers here. This particular sail looks like it's been through a few clam bakes. Then what you do is you cover the sides and hope that it cooks. You let it cook for an hour and 15 minutes. And after an hour and 15 minutes, the bake master goes in there, reaches in with his heavy-duty work gloves, and this is sort of a grab the old hot potato on top. Theory is if the potato, use the other hand there, if the potato is cooked, then everything else is ready. Yep, and it looks like that potato is well cooked, so they take the potato up to the serving area. Then we remove the corn. Notice that it's stored in these coolers. That keeps everything sort of warm till serving time. And as you see, everybody's got those heavy-duty work gloves, which protect you from the heat. There are the lobsters. This is a great photo opportunity, and you can see these racks that we have here, which is just basic 1x lumber and hardware cloth underneath. It's a great way to not only cook things, but also bring them up to the serving area. And after the lobsters are removed, you can see the clams and mussels go to their serving area. To keep the food warm, we've got some insulation board that we put on top, and as you can see here, these are hard-shell lobsters, and so there's a detail that cracks the shells. Notice those trays. Those are fast food trays. They're pretty economical, and they're a great way to serve a big feast out. And as you can see, everybody's working quickly so that everyone will get served. You got 100 hungry people, and of course there's the melted butter. And that's basically it. Of course, one item that we didn't show you that is one of the favorites is the dessert, and that's the strawberry shortcake. Of course, around August you might have blueberry cake, but around 4th of July when this bake occurs, this is what is the dessert. So now you know how to put on a bake for about 100 people, and all I can say is good luck with the weather and happy eating.